Hi, I'm Seth Connell. I read a long time ago a book called Thinking in Bets by Annie Duke, and it fundamentally changed the way I view the world. In case you didn't know, Annie Duke is a professional poker player, and she has a lot of key insights on how to think strategically and maximize upside, minimize downside. But one of the most useful concepts that I learned from this book many years ago was a concept called resulting. You don't want to get in the habit of resulting. So, what is resulting? Resulting is when you look at an outcome and you decide whether or not the events that led to that outcome were good or bad just based on that outcome. So if you have a poker hand, and let's say the chances of this poker hand winning are 1 in 100, and you play it and you still win, that doesn't make that poker hand any more desirable just because you got lucky. And so understanding first principles is the most important thing you can do in life, and not get trapped at looking at outcomes. The process, the first principles, the processes that lead to the outcomes, those are more important. It sounds so obvious, but it needs to be said. And I learned a lot from that book when I originally read it. I would recommend you read it. Thinking in bets, you always need to think in terms of probability. The world is based on numbers, it's based on measurable outcomes, and anyone who disagrees, they're probably lying to you. This is something Peter Thiel has talked about a lot as well. When a business goes out of business, all you know is that it was a tragedy. You don't actually know the actual factors that led to that business not being successful. So you need to look at businesses that go out of business and not think, oh, well, I guess that whatever industry they're in doesn't work anymore, because that's just not a good worldview. What you need to do is look at a business that goes out of business and say, you know what? I wonder what key factors led to that business going out of business. I'll bet it's not just industry related. There are probably management decisions that were wrong, and you need to focus on the first principles and not be so reliant on outcomes that you don't look at the processes. I think Jesus Christ talked about that too. There's a quote in the Bible, I can't remember where he said, judge things not based on appearances, but by the way things actually are. Annie Duke helps you get that kind of framing in life, and it's a book worth reading. Thinking in Bets, I couldn't recommend it more. And this video I'm making now was because so many people have asked me what books have led you to change your life and be more strategic, and this was definitely one of them. I'm Seth Connell. If you thought this was an interesting book, if you thought this was an interesting video, please follow my YouTube channel. We have a lot more content that's going to be coming out very soon. So join my channel, subscribe, and we'll talk soon.